Very good afternoon to everybody in Japan and also the offline people that are joining the webinar today. My name is Alvin, CEO and co-founder of Loop Smart POS. And today I'll be sharing a little bit about business model and also our plan for expansion and also our plan for working with different Japanese companies in the future. And also looking forward to your feedback and your questions later on. So I'll begin. There will be three parts to my presentation today. The first would be the impact of COVID-19 on our business and also on our related customer business in Vietnam. Second, I'll be talking a little bit about our product and our company performance. And lastly, I'll be talking a little bit more on how we can work with different Japanese companies and investors in the future. So to begin with, the impact of COVID-19 on business in Vietnam has been tremendous. You can see that actually in the F&B industry, which is the number of shops that we serve, the sales in F&B industry as well as retail business has dropped more than 50%. Usually it is in the range of 60 to 70%. And right now the consumer behavior has changed in Vietnam as well. We start to see a lot of online shopping as well as a lot of online food delivery usage behavior instead of actually visiting the offline F&B shops. So which is why Loop Smart POS is actually one of the solutions that are preparing shops to be COVID-19 ready to help them to overcome the differences and the changes after the pandemic. So I'll talk a little bit about what our company's vision is, what we have been doing and the results that we have accomplished so far. So in terms of the ecosystem of the products that we have in our ecosystem, in our platform, there's actually four main parts to it. The first part will be the smart management system called Loop Smart POS. And the main function of Loop Smart POS is to help shops to run their offline business, to help them to accept different forms of mobile payments, e-payments and cash, help them to manage their orders within the shop and help them to take care of their customers in the shop. The second part of our business is actually the Loop Smart Wi-Fi. And the Loop Smart Wi-Fi is a Wi-Fi management, Wi-Fi CRM platform that allows shops to run promotional campaigns, collect customer information through their Wi-Fi that they have in the shop. And the third part of our system would be Boost Loyalty CRM. And that actually is a CRM module that is built and tied into the POS of our system that allows customers, our shops to run loyalty promotions as well as to distribute e-vouchers. So the Boost Loyalty CRM is actually a gateway that allows shops to send out e-vouchers directly through different online channels as well. For example, different messenger apps, different e-commerce platforms. And lastly would be the Pickle eShop product that we built out of COVID-19, which would be an automatic website, e-commerce website builder that allows our customers, the shops that are using our system, for them to easily create an e-commerce website, for them to sell online easily. So that will be that overview of the four main products that we have in our ecosystem. So in terms of how we actually grow the business and how we monetize from the customers that we are serving, you can see that there's three main ways that we make money in our business model. The first would be transactional based. So for all the mobile payment transactions and credit card transactions that's running through our system, we collect a small transactional fee. And as you can see to the right side would be subscription and service fees. So that will be a SaaS model where for premium modules, for example, like team management modules or loyalty modules in our management system, the shops will pay us a monthly subscription of anywhere from 10 to 20 US dollars for every outlet. And lastly will be the hardware. For shops that require printers, for smart POS machines, we also sell the hardware to the shops that need it. So these are the three main ways that we monetize and we grow our business. So moving on to a little bit on competitive advantage to explain like what makes Loop Smart POS different and what makes Loop Smart POS better in the market is management shop management has been around in the market for the past 10 to 12 years in Vietnam. But what makes us different and why we decided to enter the market in Vietnam in the past 2 years is because what we are seeing is that there's a bigger trend towards omni-channel sales management. So what this means is that if for shops that are opening in Vietnam, it is no longer enough to sell offline. But what is more important is actually to connect to all the different online channels that the shops need to grow their business. So for example, connecting to social media such as Facebook and messenger apps, connecting to e-commerce and food delivery platforms, connecting to mobile payments platforms to accept online payments more effectively. So that's the competitive advantage that we bring into the shop management, will be to help the shops to manage omni-channel sales. Second would be our system is cloud-based and it's very lightweight, which means that it's really easy to use, very easy for shops to set it up, download the app and use the management app easily without having to invest in additional hardware or additional training time. And secondly would be the real-time management system, means that even if the managers or the shop owners are no longer in the shop, they can actually manage from afar. So I think that would be the main competitive advantages and why we entered the market. Right, so a little bit, and actually if you look at the 4 different products that we have, the 4 different products actually, they don't work separately, but they actually work synergistically in the ecosystem. So one example that you see on the screen would be how does the Loop Smart Wi-Fi and how does the Boost Loyalty CRM work together. So as you can see, when customers, they visit the shop, one of the biggest trends in Vietnam would be to connect to the Wi-Fi within the shop. So the customers will easily connect to the Wi-Fi easily without having to enter a Wi-Fi password. The shop will be able to collect the customer information and customer behavior and run it through our Boost Loyalty CRM that allows the shops to automatically send out vouchers at the right time and also at the right place to the right customers. So that's one example of how 2 of our products work well together in a synergistic way that brings more value to the shop. So one of the stats that we find is one of our key success factors would be that actually a lot of our shops, they have used other management POS in the past, but they have chosen to switch over to use our system. And the main reason they switch would be because our system is all in one. It allows them to sell offline and online at the same time. So a little bit about different comparison of different competitors that we see on the market today. Most of the competitors, as you can see, the prices are in the same range. However, in terms of number of features, you can see that Loop Smart POS system is a lot stronger in the loyalty management as well as e-voucher management system. And the second strongest point of our system would be the integration with online platforms to help shops to sell more online. So in terms of merchant growth that we have accomplished, we actually launched out our product, the very beta version, only in April last year, managed to scale it up. And right now we have over 600 outlets that are using our system. So some of the different milestones that we have accomplished so far. Right. I think one of the biggest things is we have processed almost $4 million of transactions through our system so far. And a little bit about myself and my co-founder as well is we actually have in total more than 20 years of experience serving retail businesses as well as developing order and fintech solutions in the past. So moving on, I'll talk a little bit about the possibility of collaboration with different Japanese companies that are looking to do business or looking to invest in Vietnam. So I think one of the biggest pain points and biggest trends that we see post-COVID and in Vietnam is the problem of cash. So there is over 35 mobile payment licenses that are issued by the State Bank of Vietnam so far. And what this means is that the trend among young Vietnamese as well as outlets is the adoption of mobile payments in place of cash. So for businesses that are looking to, for example, fintech companies in Japan, they are looking to set up business in Vietnam. or retail companies that are looking to go into cashless, enabling cashless payment. I think for us, we will be a very good technology partner that we can help to localize and also connect with Japanese companies to localize it for the Vietnam market. Yeah, so I think some of the proposed benefits that our partnership with Japanese companies would bring would be that we would be able to support the growth of fintech companies and AI companies that are looking to tap into all the data that we have, collectively accumulated in order to bring new solutions, for example, like SME lending solutions or business intelligence solutions to the merchants that we are currently serving. And in terms of the strengths or the benefits of building up a business in Vietnam, well, we see that there is very skilled labor force in terms of development talent, developer talent in Vietnam, and that's something that perhaps Japanese companies could tap into as well in their expansion plan to Vietnam. And I think we are open to different forms of working together, for example, co-branding or co-creation of new products, or as well as a synergistic cross-selling in the Vietnam market with strategic technology companies. Yeah, so that will be the end of my presentation today. Looking forward to your questions. Thank you.